Okay, welcome back to another Rails Minute. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Bostrom, Rails Member Engagement Manager, and I'm here with Deirdre Brennan, Rails Executive Director. Rails Minute is our effort to bring you short videos where you can find out more about what is happening with Rails. So Deirdre, today we're going to talk a little bit about vaccines. So my first question for you, sorry, this is slightly personal. Are you squeamish around blood? Could you have ever had a career in the medical field?
Well, I'm not exactly squeamish around blood. I don't faint or anything when I have to, have my blood taken or anything like that. But I would say more accurately, I am just not a scientist. So I don't like wounds. I don't like that kind of stuff. So I guess, yeah, I'm much better with being a librarian. I have great admiration for everybody who can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, one of my best friends is a nurse, and she, yeah. So I have total incredible respect for healthcare workers. Thank God for them, right? They've certainly helped me over the years, but not me.
Right, and thank God that we don't have to deal too much with blood in library work, although
exactly.
It can happen.
Yes, it can.
Okay, so next week, January 28th, Thursday, January 28th, we are going to be hosting another Rails member update. Would you talk just a little bit about what's going to happen at that meeting?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So we are going to revisit discussion we had at our last member update about administrative rules related to cards for kids, the e-resources card, the disabled veterans card. Greg McCormick was at the last meeting. He's going to be at this one to just update everybody. The major difference is that the comment period has closed. So he'll be answering questions, but if anybody wanted to comment, they've had their opportunity. It's now in the ball or in the court of the legislature to get back to us and to decide. So that's going to be a big topic, as well as talking about certification. We're going to do a demo of the new certification form, which also includes the Rail. We're asking some additional questions. I'm sure not everybody remembers this as well as I do, but Rails is going to be asking some additional questions. They do not have any effect whatsoever on certification or system membership. They are just informational only. This is in conjunction with the State Library and ILA. We're trying to get a better picture of libraries as a whole. This is just for public libraries this year. Next year, we'll probably do it for school libraries. And as I think I said, the per capita grant, I think if anybody has any more questions about that application. So, kind of a revisit, but also a kind of the last word maybe about that big topic.
Awesome, great, thank you so much for that. Okay, it sounds like a fun event.
I'm going to turn the tables on you now, Dan.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you what else is happening around Rails and what you'd like people to know about.
Okay, thank you. What I would like people to know about is an event that happened today. That event was the Rails Online Roundtable Trustee Update 2021. So as we head into 2021, we know that trustees around Rails are looking for more opportunities to connect about the issues that are happening in their libraries, about the things that they should know. So we were able to have this great event today. We were lucky enough to have two presenters. One of them was Alex Todd, who is the executive director from the Prospect Heights Public Library District. And then one of them is very familiar to you and I, Deirdre. His name is Joe Philippek.
Oh, yes.
That guy. He's the Rails Consulting and Continuing Education Director. He's also a trustee at the Aurora Public Library District, and he wanted us all to know that it's Aurora Public Library District because he's very proud of the fact that they've just become a district, and rightfully so. But both of them gave excellent presentations. Alex talked a little bit about budgeting and especially budgeting best practices for the pandemic for boards. And then Joe talked a little bit about onboarding for trustees and kind of, for libraries that aren't doing onboarding for their trustees, why it's really, really important to do so. And thank you to everyone who came and participated. We had some great outside resources that people talked about and provided links to and things like that. This will not be the last event that we do, and I think I mentioned it was recorded and it is available for people to watch as recording. This isn't the last event we're going to do. We're going to try to do more. There'll be more information. Look in the e-news, look on L2 calendar. So look for more stuff coming in the future.
That is great. Trustees really want and need training, and I think the best indication, you had what, about 200 trustees there today? Is that what you said? So, I mean, clearly a lot of demand for this. So thanks for doing it. And I look forward to, being part of some of the future events.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, this is the part where we turn to member questions. And if you have a question, remember that you can either leave a comment below or you can email them to communications@railslibraries.info. So Deirdre, we've been getting some questions about vaccinations for library workers and libraries, and libraries potentially acting as vaccination sites for their communities. What can you share about that with us?
Yes, we have been getting a lot of questions from our library directors, actually, and we did, Percy Harris is one of our board members, and he is I think he's a deputy director at the Cook County Department of Public Health. He's a trustee in Homewood. I have asked him about this. We have talked about it. He has, and this is about, library workers being added to the sort of the rollout, where the list of vaccination, the schedule where teachers are at or educators. And so he has, passed that on to his supervisor, and we're, waiting to hear back. Also talked to the state library about it, about whether they, could talk to the state Department of Public Health. So that ask is out there as well. ILA, of course, has been very active in this area. They sent a letter. They've also crafted letters for local libraries to send. You obviously working locally with your Department of Public Health or your county department is also another way to go. In terms of libraries being vaccination sites, we've had questions about this. I think it's a fantastic idea. We have often done similar things, blood drives, flu shots, etc. Obviously, we would be partnering with health agencies or pharmacies or hospitals, whoever, just as we have in the past with these kinds of related issues. So we have big parking lots, generally. So we'll see. I mean, I think that, and also, of course, the way libraries can do what we've always done in a more traditional way, which is to educate, people who have questions about topics like health, like, vaccine safety, science in general, et cetera. So I think libraries can play a big part in this solution, so to speak. And I'm looking forward to making some inroads and, being very helpful, just, libraries as well as Rails.
Yeah. Okay, great, awesome. All right, well, that will do it for Rails Minute this week. Thank you so much for joining me, Deirdre, and we will see you all next time.
Great, thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye.